Welcome to Senior Insights. My name is Cynthia, and here we are. And let's figure out what we're going to talk about, because I don't have, as usual, anything really on my mind. But this morning, I almost didn't make it here. And the reason why was because, well, Stanley, my cat, he woke me up at 4:30. He's been doing that lately. Meow, meow, meow. He wants to go outside. So I have to get up, even though I didn't have to pee, and even though I didn't have to get up, and I have to let him out. Now, I know that there are some people that don't believe in allowing their cats out, and I understand that. I've had cats for forever. Well, all my adult life. We never had one when I was a child. But I have always let them out. My first cat got hit by a car. Her name was Samantha. And that was heartbreaking. She was a Siamese. And despite the fact that I just complained about Stanley meow, meow, meowing, she used to talk to me. And she used to meow, but she was actually talking. For those of you who have had a Siamese cat, she was conversing with me. Now, Stanley was telling me that he wanted to go out, but anyway, why am I saying this? Oh, I was explaining why I let him go out. I have had one other issue many years ago here where one cat disappeared. But I have found, especially when you're going in and out, that the cat is always at the door, and once they get a taste of being outside, then they want to be outside. And so I have given into that, and he goes outside. He's been doing it for years and years and years. He's 16 years old, and so far we've had no incidents, and I hope we don't ever have any incidents. Most of the time I leave one window open so he can come in and out, and he does that, but this year I didn't do that because I decided I didn't want to. Well, it affects the air conditioning, it brings in the bugs, and I have had an occasional chipmunk or squirrel get in. But that's been pretty rare. You should see me trying to catch a squirrel or a chipmunk. Anyway, okay, I was telling you about how he woke me up at 4:30 or 5:30 or something, but it was way earlier than I get. Now, I know that Faith gets up early, like 5. She might even get up earlier than that. And my friend Ann, whose garden you saw the other day, she gets up early. She's really a good wife. She gets up and she gets her husband his lunch, and she empties her litter box every day. She scoops the litter every single day. So she's a good cat mother, and she's a good wife. She takes very good care of her husband. He takes good care of her too. But they had a busy weekend. They had company and lobster bacon, like a family reunion or something. Anyway, so I was just laying in bed this morning. I don't have any coverings on my window. Well, I have valances on top of the bedroom window, but that's it. Because I live in the woods, no one's here, and if they want to look, go for it. I don't care. Well, I would care. Obviously, I'd be terrified of somebody, but, there's never been any incidents. I don't have curtains on any of my windows. And it's just the way I like it. I like to see the outside. I like to see the trees. I like to see the snow. But I was laying in my bed, and I could tell that it was a beautiful day out today. But I also was feeling really cozy in the bed. So I had a hard time, getting up, getting out of the bed. But Quinn, she seems to know the instant I wake up. She must have an instinct, or maybe I do a loud breath or something. I don't know. I feel like I don't even move any more than you would move in your sleep. And here she comes, walking in the door. So I got up at 7. But I almost didn't make it because I felt like putting a sign on the door. Oh, Quinny needs to go out. I felt like putting a sign on the door, come back tomorrow. But I knew you'd be waiting in line and you'd be wanting to come in and grab a chair before there weren't any chairs available. So that's why I decided to get out of bed. That and because Quinn made me do it. The other thing that I wanted to tell you about is those stupid Amazon links. Those links that I posted the other day, they will bring you to the product, so that's a nice thing, but they don't bring you to my link. And that's perfectly fine. If you want to buy any of those things, go for it. Don't wait for me because I am still figuring out this stuff. I don't know like what a URL code is and what the store ID is. You have to set up these links. I find the link, I put it in the affiliate program and it says wrong link. Then I watch a YouTube video and it seems a little clearer to me. Then I look in the affiliate program trying to sign up. I mean, I've already signed up. I have like a store ID or something, but it's nothing like what the video said. So, you know me and technical things, I am challenged. Are any of you challenged? I feel like I do pretty good. I mean, I'm doing a YouTube channel, that's pretty good, but it's actually, well, I wouldn't say it's really simple, but even a simple person can do it. And I am so appreciative of you listening through the background noise, listening through the microphone not working and all that stuff. You guys are great. You are so awesome. I swear to God, this is the best community on YouTube. I could be prejudiced, but I think it's true. It's absolutely a beautiful day here today. So I'm hoping that I'll go out just for a little bit because I don't want to strain myself. But I told you I had a hot tub. And when people are considering buying a hot tub, the most common things that they concern themselves with is how difficult is it to maintain? How much is it going to cost on my electric bill? And will I ever use it? Or use it as much as I'm spending money on it? So I have had my hot tub probably 8 or 9 years, and it has been very well used. It's been very well maintained. It's easy to maintain. Very easy to maintain. I don't have a jumbo one. I have one that you can seat like 4 or 5 or whatever. So I'd be curious if any of you folks have a hot tub after I share what I'm talking about. I jumped the gun a little bit. Give me some ideas. Anyway, I was noticing this bathtub ring around the hot tub. Now, it's not unusual to have like a water ring, but this looked like the hot tub was dirty. The water was crystal clear. But, like, if I ever invited Gay over, she would croak if she saw the line. I know that it's clean. I know that I'm the only one in there. I know that the chemicals are okay. But there is this line, and it looks like it's like a buildup of calcium, and that mold or algae has gotten into the crevices of the calcium and is growing a little bit. Not bad, because like I said, the chemicals, it has its chemicals, and I test it all the time. So I decided to drain the water. It's very easy. You pull the plug and the water drains out. And I started to try and clean that because I'm on the fence about whether I will shut it down for good because I'm the only one who uses it. When I had a boyfriend, he used it all the time, and we used it together. And sometimes when I have company, they will use it, and I will use it myself sometimes, but not as much as I should. And I think it's also becoming a safety hazard for me, because if you have a hot tub and you know what I'm talking about, you have to kind of climb in and then you have to climb out. So it's doable. I just did it a couple of weeks ago, but it's probably not the smartest thing to do, especially if you're alone. I cannot make a long story short. I'm sorry. Well, anyway, so it's like, I wouldn't call it scum. It's more like adhesive, you know, after you take a label off a jar and you can rub it and it rolls up, kind of. Well, it's kind of like that. And so I tried bathroom cleaner. Nothing. I tried dish Dawn soap. Nothing. I tried Gooby Gone, because I thought, well, it's like an adhesive almost. It's tenacious. Doesn't work. Then I tried that calcium stuff because I figured it was calcium. Maybe it worked a little bit because the ring is basically white. The hot tub is an off-white color, so it really kind of stands out. It looks gross. And then there's a little black here and there, which I know has to be mold. So then I used a deck cleaner on the mold. And that worked a little bit. So the calcium and the deck cleaner both were working. Quinny needs to come in again. So they're both working a little bit. They both worked a little bit. Then I started looking at it, and I actually think that it's the fiberglass of the hot tub that's degrading. I haven't had a chance to look it up and see if fiberglass actually does, like, disintegrate or wear out or whatever, but heck, if that's what it is, I'm really annoyed. Anyway, I got a credit card to try and scrape it because you have to be very careful. You don't want to damage the surface of the hot tub. What I can't understand is it this buildup of stuff, or is it the hot tub that's damaged? And I'm not going to call the hot tub company. I'll tell you why in a separate video, because it would take a long time and it's kind of embarrassing for me. So I have to think about whether I want to share that with you. Because when I share it with you, you really think I'm a nut. So with the credit card and using those chemicals, I was able to slowly scrape. You're talking a big hot tub. So I am making a difference. It's I'm only 1/4 of the way. Obviously, there's 4 sides, so I've got one side pretty much done to my satisfaction from working on the outside of the tub. And I'm going to work at it one bite at a time, 10 minutes, half hour, something. Once you start doing a job, you kind of get into it. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm either going to do you remember that stuff called gel coat that you used to put on a fiberglass shower stall years ago? I was able to find some. So I'm either going to do that and do like triple coats around that bathtub ring once I clean it, or I'm going to call somebody who repairs fiberglass, and I'm going to have them put a border, you know, like they have in swimming pools, just below the top. Some of them have like a border that looks like tile, and some of them are tile, the cement ones. So I'm thinking of that. So that's kind of my dilemma. And then I have to decide, well, do I fill it up and turn it on? And, you know, the grandkids come over and, well, rarely, when they come over, they do like to use the hot tub. And I like to have as many things that might attract them to come over here, besides their wonderful Nana, because that doesn't seem to do the trick. But, so I don't know. So I have to figure that out. That's on my mind all the time because I have to get it cleaned up. I still haven't done the spring cleaning for this yard. And I'm back to having to clean up dog poop. Then you know what else I did? I put cardboard boxes all over my yard because the weeds were coming up. My intention was to bring in this crushed rock called pea stone. And I brought several 5-gallon buckets of it myself last year. And my intention this year was to finish the job and actually have a truck come in and deliver it. And then I could con my friend Ann to come over and we could do it together, doing the rest of the yard. Well, my mentality is different than this year than it was last year. And what I mean by that is I'm not as enthused or excited about doing it. Partly because I found you guys and I prefer to spend time with you. But, so that's on the fence. So meanwhile, all these weeds are growing up on top of it. So every time I get a box from Amazon, I put it on top of the weeds. So now I have cardboard boxes all over my yard. I'm not going to show it to you because then there's dog poop on some of the boxes. And then there's still weeds growing up. But the problem that I have is not only does that look awful, but 2 of my sisters are coming to visit me in about 2 weeks. Now, an ordinary person would be really excited about that. And I am. I'm looking forward to seeing them. I don't get to see them. And my sister, one of them that's coming, she usually has an annual family reunion every year, and she chose not to do it this year because it's too much work. And she's old too. She's 10 years younger than me, but she's living the wild life. She is having a ball. I said, keep doing it. Keep doing it while you can do it, while you feel good. Do it every day. She has a pop-up trailer. They only go on 1 or 2 camping trips a year. Then she's going to Europe 4 and 5 times a year. Anyway, she and my other sister, the one that I just told you about, she's my youngest sister. And then the one that's next to me, and she's 3 years younger, and she's coming with her. But my house, see, this is the kind of thing that causes me anxiety. What am I going to feed them? I'll have to make sure my house is clean. I'll have to make sure that cardboard is picked up. If you saw my sister Joanne's house, it's absolutely beautiful. She has a swimming pool in the back, and her husband loves to work out in the yard, and it's just beautiful. But anyway, so that's one of the things that's on my mind. The other thing is I've been thinking about things for the scoop. So I have just a few gossipy things, not much, because I keep telling you, you people are boring. Boring, boring, boring. I have to figure out some way to perk you up. Anyway, I'm going to start on the scoop. Well, you already know because you already saw what was there yesterday. Weren't you surprised? And isn't he cute? So I'm going to be doing that at the end of the scoop. And I decided that if somebody wants to have their picture shown, then I will. I thought a lot about it, and a lot of them, you have them on your pictures on Facebook, and you have them on YouTube as your sign in or whatever you call it. So if you're okay with it, then I will do that. If you're not okay with it, I won't. The other thing, if you have any other talents, if you have a garden like Ann does and you'd like to show it off, email me pictures and I'll show it off for you, because I think it's good for us to know what other people are doing and what other people's pets look like, what other people look like, their daily lives. So stay tuned for the scoop this afternoon, because I have something really special for you. I've been doing a lot of reading too. I got hooked into this. I couldn't tell you what it is, so don't ask me. Don't even ask me in the comments, because I read so fast I don't even know what I'm doing. But it's a lawyer crime thing. And like I said, when you read a series by the same author, even if it's a different series, they're all kind of the same. They're interesting, but they're kind of the same. So I think that I have entertained you long enough. And I will see you on the scoop. See, I've still got my thing on. I love it. I don't think I can wear it because it crushes, my boobs crush it. So, come back tomorrow. Come back tomorrow. I promise I won't have a sign on the door that says, come back tomorrow. And I'll see you then, and I'll see you this afternoon on the scoop. Bye.